Hey team, just want to share some truth on Halloween, and I know it's coming up here and there's a lot of believers that celebrate it or are kind of on the fence, not sure why or how. And I've even hear some say, well, it came from All Saints Day, so it's a Christian holiday, so let's, we could just celebrate it. And just here's the truth, here's the facts. First of all, the Pilgrims, when America was first established, the Pilgrims banned the celebration of Halloween because of its pagan roots, because they knew the witchcraft was so in depth and like associated with it and so intertwined with it. So the Pilgrims again made it illegal. Like they knew as believers, as just in faith and what God did and the new country brought him to, like, no, this is not of the Lord. This is not right. Cutting this thing off. It wasn't until 1845 that Halloween was again allowed to be celebrated in this country. So we need to understand, like, from the get-go, like, believers, it didn't sit well in their spirits. They knew it was wrong. They knew the paganism. They knew how with the mask and how the Irish, when they brought it back and what it was symbolizing and all the things with it. So first of all, Halloween and witchcraft are synonymous. Now, as far as like, well, my church holds a harvest event and so on and so forth, I'm not even going to speak on that. Because the truth is, honor your convictions. So do I think that if you do something, but anything on Halloween, that it's bad? No. But do I think that dressing up is bad? Yeah, dress up on another day. It's just real simple, like knowing that God is a jealous God. Witches are so like the witches and different prisons and so on and so forth are allowed to celebrate. It's a feast day to them. So like it's known throughout the demonic community that, hey, Halloween, this is a great feast day and awesome. It doesn't mean that I'm not telling you to feast or eat, but not anything to do like they are. So dressing up, well, my kids like the candy. I mean, are you even supposed to be eating candy? Are these things that God's calling you to do? Maybe your kids are suffering with ADHD and God doesn't want you to have candy anyway. So you can't use that excuse of just, it's just for my kids. We'll take them out another day.
Mr. Officer, listen, let's back this thing up. There's candy involved, right? Now for me, I am all about candy. And if all I have to do to get said candy is hang out in the van, I am now all about vans. Yes.
A lot of church services do it the day before or something after where you can go. I go to a pumpkin patch thing with my family, not on Halloween, but during that couple of weeks beforehand, they have this event. They have pumpkin rides. It's called hay rides. They have the pumpkin patches. They have these little go-karts you get to go. They got these hay mazes you walk through. And I love celebrating fall. It's beautiful, but not in the way the enemy. I want nothing to do with him. I've shared this in a previous story. If someone killed your mother and he dressed a certain way, talked a certain way, so on and so forth, wore certain color shoes, you would never wear those shoes. You would never be anything like that because, well, this is the enemy that still kills and destroys people that you love and have loved. He's destroyed. He's come against. He hates your God, hates who you are and what you represent. And yet, he celebrated. So, no big deal. As believers, as spirit-filled believers, you cannot say, I don't have any conviction. There's it's okay to just go celebrate on Halloween, let my kids dress up and go do these things. Especially I've seen so many Christians tell that to me and their kids are dressing up in something demonic. So if your kids want to play dress up on a different day, awesome. If you want to celebrate and do something fun like festive like I do with like a hay ride and so on and so forth, that's cool too. But to celebrate Halloween as the world celebrates and promotes it, to watch scary movies and all these things, church, we just got to have greater sense because my people perish for lack of knowledge. Shout outs to John Ramirez. He's someone that, former just devil worshiper that can give some more insight into exactly what they do on Halloween and what the sacrifices are and, just why we need to be so protective, guarded, and just disassociated with that. So let's get on it. Again, shout out to John Ramirez. I'll put a link in the bottom in the description to put one of the things he speaks on Halloween. That was pretty awesome. But we got to stay away from these things, church, because how many demons can come through, whether you know it or not, come through our eye gates, our ear gates. You're watching a scary movies, you're allowing things. We're commanded to fear God alone, like commanded. And so that's why the scary movies pandemic, and that's why the enemy loves all the things, because when you get scared and you whatever, that's basically the enemy's of false worship. The enemy like, yeah, bow to me, I'm all powerful. Yeah, look what I can do. I put you in fear. And God's saying, no, I'm to be feared alone. that fool can't do nothing. He's defeated. So again, why would we give over to these things? Well, it's fun. I like the drone rush. Or then some people tell you, well, it's not even that scary. Team, we got to wake up and we got to disattach from these worldly things, especially when it comes to the demonic and witchcraft and Halloween. Love you, team.